Hello, welcome guys. This Pops back with ILW Pod's review of the Royal Rumble. We're doing our Royal Rumble review. And as you can see, I got a partner here this time. I got Nasty Nate with me. He's helping me do this. We just thought it might be fun to watch the Rumbles together. Kind of catch up on wrestling, catch up with each other, spend time together, watch the Rumbles, do some notes, and come and bring it to you guys. So we're starting out with the 17th Annual Royal Rumble. This happened in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. There was 17,289 fans in attendance, and this is 2004. The show starts out with a cool video package hyping the last man standing match between longtime friends Triple H and HBK Shawn Michaels. What did you think about the video package?
I think that the video package served its purpose in showing on how they evolved from best friends to bitter rivals to hating each other. From them, they showed time from them in DX all the way to now where they are in a blood feud where they can't stand each other.
Yeah, it showed a lot of their history. Yes. It was really good in catching everybody up on the whole history of Hunter Hearst Helmsley or Triple H and HBK, the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels. I really liked it. The first thing I noticed when watching the pay-per-view, it starts out with a 3-man booth for the Raw side and a 2-man booth for the SmackDown side. They had the co-brand announce teams, and we get, in the 3-man booth, we get Jonathan Coachman, Jim Ross, good old JR, and Jerry the King Lawler, which I love them as a trio. I thought it was really good. And then for SmackDown, we get Michael Cole and Taz. And I got to tell you, watching this, I was really impressed with how well Cole and Taz kind of went back and forth off of each other. I really enjoyed that. We start out, it's first, we get a tables match for the World Tag Team titles. And it's the Dudley Boys going for their 18th World Heavyweight title versus Evolution's Ric Flair. Woo! My voice is gone, but you know how I feel about Ric Flair. And Batista, the Animal. The match was hot, starts off hot. On the floor, we get Flair taking a crazy back body drop. And then we get a flip-flop and fly from Bubba Ray Dudley to Ric Flair. And this kind of reminded me the Dusty Rhodes flip-flop and flies back in the day. Wow. I really loved them. I was a big fan of Dusty and Flair. You know, he'd hit him with the jabs and then I loved it. What did you think about it?
I think that how basically Bubba Ray Dudley is showing respect to Dusty, you know what I mean? And especially doing it to somebody that also does it, like Ric Flair, kind of creating that tone of disrespect between them two.
Yeah. It was really cool. I really enjoyed it. It paid homage to the Dusty and Flair feud. And then we get some interference from Jonathan Coachman, who is, as I said earlier, one of the 3-man announce teams. Apparently him and the Dudleys have been having some back and forth. He interferes, costs the Dudleys the match. Batista spine busters Devon through the table to retain the titles. What did you think about that? The Dudleys coming up short on their 18th title.
I think it was coming to them, especially after what they did. They 3D'd Jonathan Coachman not too long before the Rumble, and they hurt him, as you've seen when he interfered. He was all taped up. Yeah. They 3D'd him through a table, and I think that they got what was coming to him.
After this, we get a backstage segment with Josh Matthews. And it was kind of cool. Josh Matthews, tough enough competitor. Seeing him after all these years, seeing him on TNA and everything, seeing him when he first started. And he was backstage with the Doctor of Thugonomics, Word Life John Cena. And what did you think about that? The Word Life Cena.
I've always loved Cena from his prototype days to what we've seen now since he's retired.
Nate, I'm going to call bullshit. You've never seen a prototype John Cena.
Yes, I have. Actually, I played his first ever match on the 2K game.
Okay.
That's prototype John Cena.
Okay, go
on. But yeah, and I think that I liked how he rhymed. He did his little rap. It was fire.
I thought what was even better than that, I don't mean to cut you off, but RVD stepping in
John Cena's better than
and RVD busted around of his own. I thought it was pretty funny. Mr. Monday Night. And I thought this was a 10 out of a 10 for a backstage segment. I thought it really did justice to John Cena's word life character and to the laid back, cool RVD of the time. That's who they were pushing. Those were their two big stars they were trying to get over at the time. Next, we get a Cruiserweight Championship match. And this one is the champion, Rey Mysterio, defending the title against Jamie Noble from West Virginia, from our stomping grounds, with Nydia, and she was the tough enough winner. And in this storyline, Nydia is blind. She has been blinded. So that's kind of cool. Something else I found out is Jamie Noble does the pig-fed wrestling, just like your brother kind of does on the Fix channel. Jamie Noble has one, but it's a secret pig-fed wrestling site that nobody knows who he is. So if anybody knows, leave it in the comments. This was some of Ray's best work, I think. I think Ray was firing on all cylinders at this time. Nydia cost Jamie Noble the match, being blind. She tripped him. Ray hit him with the 619. I thought that was really interesting. I like how they played that out. What did you think about it?
I think it definitely leaned into more of the storyline with Nydia being blind. And seeing Rey Mysterio, it's always cool. You know, he does his thing. He got the win. I'm happy for him.
I don't know if you know this, but it turns out Nydia was never blind, if my memory serves me correct.
She was blind. She did see what she was doing.
Then we get a video package, and it's Los Guerreros, the blow-off match from their tag team from the split. And it feels like a big stage for Chavo facing his Uncle Eddie on a Big Four show like this. What did you think?
I think seeing Eddie Guerrero versus his little nephew Chavo is always great, and I think that their feud and what it's turned into was crazy, with Eddie kind of not wanting to put his hands on Chavo, and then him leading to this match where he was forced to.
Yeah.
And then Chavo also bringing in Eddie's brother was even more crazy. So I think that this match served its purpose well. And the video package even done it more purpose, giving us a whole recap.
And Eddie finally gets that rage, and he wins with the Three Amigos and then the Frog Splash. And then he gets his revenge on both his brother and his nephew, busting open Chavo Jr. It was really interesting, really good. This was classic Eddie Guerrero. I really enjoyed it.
Yes.
Next, we get another backstage interview with your boy Josh Matthews. Chris Benoit is back there talking about how he's going to eliminate everybody, but he's interrupted by Evolution. And they say Benoit can't win the big one. Benoit, he cannot win the big one. And on top of that, he is Drew number 1 in the Rumble match. Kind of stacking the deck, creating that impossible to overcome scenario. I know Benoit is a touchy subject, but I can separate the wrestler from the tragedy that happened, and his work was superb. And then the way they set this up to be him, the littler wrestler, overcoming all these superstars and finally climbing that mountain and getting a shot, I just thought it was really good storytelling.
Yes. I think that it proves a lot how Benoit's the underdog, and they want to make him feel like this little tiny underdog and have him hopefully overcome everybody. And it's not impossible, is what I'm saying, because many people have done it. Ray's done it, Sean's done it, and a bunch of other people have overcame coming out from number 1, number 2, and those smaller numbers.
It reminds me of because of Benoit's stature, it reminds me of the little engine that could. And that reminds me of Major Pain. So it kind of makes me smile. I really enjoyed that segment. Next, we get the WWE Undisputed title. And this is Hardcore Holly versus the champion Brock Lesnar. Now, Hardcore Holly had just returned from a broken neck which Brock Lesnar had given him. And they were doing this angle where Holly come back and said, I'm going to break your neck, Brock. I just couldn't see them doing this nowadays in professional wrestling. I couldn't see them doing a I'm going to break your neck angle. What about you?
I think they could. I just think, especially now that Vince isn't in control anymore, I probably wouldn't say it's fit for WWE, but for AEW. That sounds like an AEW storyline. But WWE, I don't think they would, but they definitely could. I also have something else to add. Young Brock Lesnar sucks. I think that Brock in these small little tights isn't good. I think the more believable Brock is what we know today. The man that will walk in there and decimate you. Suplex after suplex, F5 is all we need. Kimura lock, make them tap out. That's all you need from Brock Lesnar. We don't need all these shooting star presses or anything. Was it impressive? Yes. But I like my Brock Lesnar when he goes in there and he destroys you.
Okay, I'm just going to tell you you're an idiot because
I don't care.
He's an idiot.
I witnessed Brock Lesnar firsthand explode onto the scene, toss the Hardys around, toss this person around, put this person out, sling Zach Gowen into the ring post, destroy Rey Mysterio, lift up the Big Show. Like, I seen all that. He is an animal. It doesn't matter, old, new, young. Brock Lesnar will be 80 years old, F5 in people in the nursing home. That's what I know. And so for you to say that the young Brock, he wasn't maybe as, how should I say this, seasoned or ready for it, but the explosive power and raw, monstrous, just shock
They should have put him in those shorts right then and there, put some gloves on him, have him go in there and
we're done with
destroy.
We're done with you. Taz and Cole was awesome, and the SmackDown announce team is great. I love the storytelling they did on this. Hardcore hits Alabama Slam, then locks in a full Nelson. Brock hits an F5 out of nowhere, though, and is still champ. You're champ, Brock Lesnar. I thought this was good. I thought they could have. I was really disappointed because at the time, I can remember watching this back in the day, I thought they was finally going to pull the trigger on Bob Holly and do something big with him. And it just turned out another thing to get him over, or to get Brock over. Because right before this, Holly had a match on ECW with the table spot where he cut his back. There was just a lot going on for Holly. And I really could have seen him being pushed to that next level, and they never pulled the trigger. And I wish they would have.
He was a great hardcore champion, though.
Okay, next we get the hype package, pumping up the last man standing match, 7 years in the making for the WWE Championship. Shawn Michaels versus Hunter Hearst Helmsley, or The Game, Triple H, whatever you want to call him. The boss's daughter's husband, whatever you want to call him.
He's The Game. Triple H. I'm going to bury you up.
I remember the SummerSlam street fight. I remember the Elimination Chamber where Shawn won the title, but I forgot about this match. I have completely forgot all about it. So it was nice to see it and get back to it. There's a great figure four spot early. Shawn works the leg of Triple H. Triple H goes for the pedigree. Shawn backdrops Triple H out of the ring. Shawn misses a moonsault, hits the Spanish announce table, and busts his head wide open. So this is where we get that blood, the crimson mask.
Which I think Shawn very much perfected in any matches where he bled. Seeing Shawn bleed is a sight to see, and I think he's really believable when he bleeds.
Well, he took that from Ric Flair. He
did it better. He did it better.
I don't know about all that.
Just because...
It looked like a horror movie, but
just
it
because
didn't look
Ric
like
Flair hair goes red every time he gets busted open doesn't mean anything.
Well, Triple H knocked Shawn down multiple times, but Michaels won't stay down for the 10 count. Triple H introduces a steel chair, but Shawn Michaels won't stay down still. After multiple shots, Triple H head is catapulted into the ring post, and then he takes a CTE chair shot. I mean, a real CTE chair shot from Michaels. Both men were bleeding heavily, but in good taste to further the storyline, I feel. I feel like this blood was gruesome. It was gory, but it took the storyline to where it needed to be. Triple H hits Shawn with a pedigree. Shawn makes it up and throws a desperation sweet chin music, but neither man can make it to their feet before the 10 count. The crowd is chanting bullshit. Both men are pulled out on stretchers, but Shawn Michaels won't ride out on the stretcher and gets up and walks back to the back.
That's why he's better than Triple H. He should have beat the game. Time.
What did you think about the match, though?
I thought that, as one, I've played this match before on 2K in the 2K15 showcase mode. They made you go through their whole rivalry. So I played that match back when I had the game to my disposal, and I thought that this was a great match. Normally, it's not my typical
Oh, God.
last man standing match, because normally in my last man standing match, I like weapons, I like more. They really just used the chair, and then Shawn went through the announce table, but it was alright. And I think that how both of them could not make the count added to their story, thickened the plot. Alright, how Shawn gets caught with the pedigree, gets back up and catches Triple H with the sweet chin music. They're both laying there, busted, bloody. And I think Shawn refusing to be carried out showed some great dedication.
Well, I thought it sucked because just like the crowd bullshit, I wanted a winner.
He hates on everything.
I think somebody should have won, period. I don't think you leave a world title match up in there like that. I think you send the crowd home with at least a winner.
But,
even if you get out of it with some kind of smarmy, cheap, dusty finish. Next, we get a video package hyping the 2004 Royal Rumble match. We get Jim Ross and Taz on the call. I thought it was kind of cool how they put the combination of one Raw and one SmackDown together. Didn't you?
Yes.
You enjoyed that. Number 1, as we know, is Chris Benoit. And at number 2, we get the Intercontinental Champ, Randy Orton.
Well, hold up. You're forgetting the whole thing.
Oh.
So, before said match, Eric Bischoff goes out to the ring and says that a Raw superstar will win their match. Paul Heyman comes out and says a SmackDown superstar will win their match. And then Stone Cold comes out on an ATV, doesn't hit somebody in the crowd this time, luckily. He gets in the ring, Stone Cold stunners Eric Bischoff, and then he acts like he's Paul Heyman's friend, throws him a beer, they drink, and then he Stone Cold stunners Paul Heyman. And then the match goes underway. Now you can continue.
Okay. Well, we've already got the number 1 and 2 spot. We get number 3 is Mark Henry with Theodore Long, Teddy Long. Number 4, we get Tajiri. Number 5, we get Bradshaw. Bradshaw gets eliminated right as soon as he comes in by Benoit. He's the first man eliminated. Yes. Next in the ring, we get Rhino. Oh, no, I messed up already. Number 6, we get Rhino coming to the ring. Tajiri is eliminated. Benoit eliminates Mark Henry. Number 7, Matt Hardy, version 1. I like the version 1 character. Number 8, we get Big Papa Pump, Scott Steiner. Number 9, we get Matt Morgan. And this is his rookie year, so it was kind of nice seeing Matt Morgan. His rookie year, I know you didn't know who he was. You was like, who the hell is this guy? And I told you, and you was like, oh, he ain't nobody.
Like a jobber. Next,
we get the Hurricane. Matt Morgan throws Hurricane out pretty much immediately. Number 11 is Booker T. Number 12 is the Big Red Machine Kane. Booker T dumps Scott Steiner over the top to the floor. Kane cleans house before the buzzer goes off. Undertaker's gong goes off, and Booker T tosses Kane out of the match from the distraction. The Undertaker has been out of action due to a loss in a buried alive match he had against Vince McMahon, where Kane helped bury him alive. And so the bell ran off and distracted Kane. Next thing you know, he's dumped. Number 13, we get Spike Dudley. But Kane grabs Spike on the ramp and chokeslams him viciously out on the ramp. That was kind of cool. I like that. Spike never made it into the ring. Number 14, we get Rikishi. Benoit eliminates Rhino. Number 15, we get Rene Dupree, the dancing Frenchman. Remember? That was kind of cool. He eliminates Matt Hardy, then is eliminated himself by Big Rikishi. Number 16, we get A-Train. Chris Benoit eliminates Matt Morgan. Randy Orton eliminates both Rikishi and Booker T. Down to 3 men. Number 1, Benoit. Number 2, Randy Orton and A-Train. Then the number 17th entrance comes out, Shelton Benjamin. And 18, Ernest the Cat Miller, but is sent right back over the top. Ernest is. Number 19 is Kurt Angle. Number 20 is Rico. He is eliminated by Randy Orton immediately. Test. He's been jumped backstage. We get a surprise, and it's Mick Foley. So that was kind of cool. He uses the cactus clothesline to eliminate himself and Randy Orton at the same time, and they fight. Foley and Orton brawl is set up for WrestleMania. The Evolution versus the Rock and Sock connection, all that is set up. I thought that was great how they did that. What about you?
I think it was great how they set that up, and I'm pretty sure right after that, after WrestleMania, it goes through Backlash hardcore match, which is a classic.
Yep.
So I think them pushing this feud even after WrestleMania is even great, is even better. Especially with Orton like punting Mick Foley down the stairs. All that, I think them just eliminating each other and just beating up each other definitely sets the rivalry.
Well, next we get number 22, Christian. Number 23, Nunzio, or Little Guido from ECW. Number 24 is The Big Show. 25 is Chris Jericho. 26 is Charlie Haas. Chris Jericho eliminates Christian, which is kind of funny because they're doing the spots where they're buddies. But one year the one eliminates one, the next year the other one eliminates the other. Billy Gunn comes in at 27. 28 is John Cena. Word Life Cena. 29, we get RVD. And everybody knows who's next.
Goldberg.
Well, Goldberg eliminates Charlie Haas, Billy Gunn, and Nunzio. Then, out of nowhere, the Beast, Brock Lesnar, interferes in the match and delivers an F5 on Goldberg. Angle eliminates Goldberg. What did you think about that?
I think it also set up their stinker of a match at WrestleMania 20.
Oh, hold up. Oh.
That match was bad.
Yeah. I don't necessarily know if the match was bad. I just think people wasn't into it because they knew what was going on. The match was actually really good for Goldberg and a young Brock Lesnar.
We did not need young Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar needed them shorts and gloves. We needed UFC Brock Lesnar.
Well, I don't know what you're talking about, but I thought the Goldberg-Brock match at WrestleMania with Austin as a special enforcer was amazing for what it was. At the time, I didn't know that either one was leaving until after that, so I wasn't affected by the fact they were leaving like all the other fans in the stadium and everywhere else.
Their WrestleMania 33 match was way better.
Big Show tosses John Cena and RVD out, then chokeslams Chris Jericho out of the ring. Big Show eliminates Angle. Chris Benoit drags Big Show over the top and then manages to hang on for the win. So he has done it. He has come all the way from number 1 all the way to number 30. He did the unthinkable. the unbelievable, the impossible. What did you think about this?
I think that it's a great moment in wrestling, even with the tragedy that did happen. I think what Chris Benoit was able to achieve in his time in the WWE and the moments he did make were amazing. And he goes on to WrestleMania 20 to have such a banger of a triple threat with Shawn Michaels, Triple H, and himself. And I think that's one of the greatest WrestleMania main events of all time.
Well, I don't know if that's one of the greatest WrestleMania main events of all time, but what I do know is the end with him and Eddie both having the titles together. That was amazing. Do you think this Rumble should be a forgotten part of history because of the Benoit tragedy?
No, I don't think so. I think him making that moment should never be forgotten, even with the tragedy. And I think that even the whole show overall was still good. Of course, most of it was fast-paced. Even the last man standing match felt fast-paced, even though it was like an hour of a match. But it still felt fast-paced. It did kind of, it felt like they rushed through everything to get to the Rumble. But even with that, I think there's two great moments to take out of this. Shawn with the last man standing, refusing to be taken out on a stretcher, and how that match ended, and Chris Benoit doing the unthinkable.
What I really liked about this is Benoit had been in WCW, and he had his coming out moment where he won the title, and then immediately after that he jumped ship to WWE, and he had to fight all the way back up the ladder again. And at some point, that Chris Benoit can't win the big one was becoming reality at this point. So I believe that if he wouldn't have done this, this was his coming out party to the WWE audience. I don't think if he wouldn't have done this, I don't think we would have ever got a title run or a lot of the other moments that we got with Benoit. So I'm very pleased about this. As I said earlier, I can separate the artist and the art from the individual and their personal self. Some people can't do it. I still listen to R. Kelly Ignition. Some people might not. I do. But that's just the way it is. I'm Pops. It's Nasty Nate. As always, all praise to God. Thank you for coming. This was our Royal Rumble review.
Peace.